Hey guys, it's your girl Shea Butter, and you're watching The Vault with Chase and Duke. Enjoy.
Yo, what's up, people? It's Mr. Toxic himself. Hey, young world, I'm the new Slick Rick. You're watching The Vault with Chase and Duke.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Irene, the Passion Queen.
What's up, everybody? This is Eric, aka Mr. Spellbud.
What's up, you guys? This is Menina out here.
This is Grandpa Tamani. Yeah, get it right, goddammit.
It's Brittany, Chase's one and only wife.
Yo, what's up, people? It's Mr. Toxic himself.
It's your girl, me. You're watching The Vault
with Miss Hayes.
With Chase.
Two trash-ass Patriot fans.
In The Vault with Chase and... what's that boy name?
Duke.
And the Duke.
Duke.
And Duke, I guess.
Duke? Enjoy.
Oh, wait. It's me, but there's more. Oh. Woo.
Okay, it's Chase to see Hayes as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Hey man, this the boy dude. Don't act like you don't know who I am. AKA your favorite rapper. Only sports track.
Holy shit. That is literally an Oris. What off-brand energy drink you got going on here?
Just saying. Ooh, wow, I'm a whore right now. But what you... oh, woo.
There's too much butter in the pan.
Overly woke people piss me off more than anything in the world. You know it was my bitch.
They have no blacks.
What is wrong with this, bro?
Wow.
That was on my list. Because I sure was going to hit you with the Grand Rising, my sister.
All you hear is Michael's mother in the background. Michael, hang on that damn phone.
I'm getting ripped tonight. Oh, I beat that.
It says, man, fuck this shit. And walk off. Not only did he walk off, it was a dog. He kicked the shit out the dog.
Why you kicked the dog, bro?
Somebody. Oh, call the doctor. Oh, my God. Jesus.
What's happening?
Oh. Hey. You 50 Cent today or you got a back brace on?
Back brace.
Okay. Give you a nice little aesthetic.
Hey, when your back is fucked up.
I know more than anything. I don't know what my back brace is, but thank God I haven't had to use it. Usually I gotta walk through the airport with my back brace because that bitch be
Well, it's not a back brace. It's a what is it called? It make me.
Oh, make you sit up.
Yeah, because I slouch, so that slouching put pressure on my lower back, so it helps me stay up.
I don't know what my shit is. I gotta find it. It definitely does help, but unfortunately, I have a deep arch, and therefore it hurts when anything pressure is putting into it. So like it feels good, but then it like hurts at the same time. So it's unfortunate.
I get it.
But I seen you making your faces at my wifey when she came on the screen. You be forgetting I can see you, nigga. Okay, don't be making no hateration.
This is the crazy.
My
This is the
girl.
crazy part. I didn't forget shit. So if you seen me, I knew you seen me.
Don't get your ass fucked up over what's mine.
Let
Period.
me tell you something. I don't give a damn. I don't give a
You said
damn.
what?
But what I don't care, because what she not going to do is roll her eyes two different ways when she say my name. If you go back and look at that, like one of her eyes moved like a different way, and then she rolled her eyes. You don't give me double attitude eye roll. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Care.
I put this shoulder up, and I put this shoulder up, and then I drop them. I don't care. Hi, Jazz. Hi, Ert. Anyways, like I said, keep it proper, keep it cute. Or this 22 coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
so
hey
you gonna pick the lowest caliber gun to want to shoot a nigga.
You know what's crazy? It still kill people. Hey guys, this is girl with girl Chase. Let's see, hey, how to see how long is that flavor stays in your mouth?
It's gonna be a long hour.
Nice.
It's gonna be a long.
Hi, Mom.
Hey man, say man, this your boy Duke, your favorite fat person.
What's funny, honey?
Nothing sugar.
I'm sure. Any which way. So I had seen little son on the TikTok because I don't know shit until I see it on the internet. That's just kind of what it is. Well, everything on the internet now, but you know what I'm saying. I don't see shit unless it's chopped down into 60 seconds because attention span is horrible. And I seen it sometime last week, and we all know, a nigga can embarrass you, but can't no nigga embarrass you like Cam Newton. I tell you, in football and in life, I swear it's like. Once that nigga let his locks start growing out his head like tree roots, that's it. That's it. It's over, It's over. Nigga went from Carolina Panthers best to just what the fuck,
That's why you got money. When you got money, you do stupid shit.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Get the money that you can get. What I mean? Get the money that you can get and get the fuck on. Feel what I'm saying? Any which way, he had Noah Lyles on, the Olympic champ, okay, men's track, and of course they're talking about life, legacy, the Olympics, and all those things in between. But of course, relationship comes up. I don't know why Cam Newton does it to himself. Why you keep talking about something that people finna shit on about you constantly, like every single time. I don't know how we keep going back. If I had my show, right? And I had a choice to bring somebody on. And I know I have a very, I got like 25 bullet holes in one particular section in my life. I'm not going to bring up this particular section for you to be able to talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to run, oh yeah, I heard that you got engaged to somebody in the same sport as you. That's really, really nice. How'd that feel? That's really cool, blah, blah, blah. And so you'd be like, oh, so what's going on with you? Man, I'm blessed and highly favored. Anyway, so when you run the 1,500 miles in 22 seconds, how did that feel? Like, I'm navigating the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm decide. Why would you keep bringing up something that you are horrible in? You don't say. But anyways, the title of this show is What's Understood Doesn't Have to Be Explained, because literally that's exactly what Cam was saying. Let's roll the fucking clip. Let me roll a clip. Let me put it up there. Can y'all see? Let me go back so y'all can see it. Okay, I'm gonna press play. Everybody pay attention. Here we go.
But yeah, it was like there's no reason that we should be meeting this often. I just constantly felt that God was just like pushing us closer and closer together. And I was like, all right, God, I'm gonna ask her to be my girlfriend. We're gonna date for 3 months. If this goes well, then we're gonna continue. If it doesn't, we're gonna go back to being friends. I asked her to be my girlfriend. I gave her the idea, try this 3-month trial out.
go to Jamaica or she came?
She was moving to the U.S.
Okay. One, happy birthday, Dream. Everybody say happy birthday, Dream. Woo, woo, woo. Titty boy, titty boy,
What's up,
titty boy,
Dream?
titty boy. If you got a pair of tatas on your chest, make sure that you send it to correction. If you are a woman with titties, please send
Thank you.
it to
Thank you.
Dream
Thank you.
as soon as possible. He would greatly appreciate it. Dream, you ain't getting mine, but I'll send you some that look like them. Anyways, just to give a little pause here, okay, to what Noah has said. So I forgot to give a disclaimer. Noah, you're welcome, my boy. You're welcome. Because I know some niggas out there got titties bigger than mine. Noah, all right, was, Cam had asked him about, his relationship, obviously finding a woman who's attractive just like you, yada, yada, yada. And he was talking about how many instances they had seen each other, met each other, through time. And as he said, God has brought us just too many times close to each other. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. I'm going to make you my girlfriend. And then you can see Cam immediately, as soon as he heard the word girlfriend, he said, ugh, fuck. Like immediately started itching, getting nasty with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why some people have the problem with titles and or being a title. I don't see the issue with it. What do you think about it, dude?
I don't think the problem is the title. The name of the show kind of says it all. Right? So it's not the problem of having the title. It's that I think the issue is most men feel like we have an understanding. Why should I have to go through the whole thing of asking you when we already are doing 90% of what couples do? If we are doing all these things that couples do, right, and we're treating each other like a couple, I don't get what's the if you with a guy or dating a guy. I hate this word dating shit, but if you with a guy or dating a guy for 6 months and y'all doing everything together, y'all staying at night, y'all buying each other shit, y'all going on dates, y'all doing this, that, and the third, and the only thing that hasn't happened, I don't got all kind of hoochie pappy and everything. The only thing that hasn't been done was say, hey, do you want to go with me? I feel like we go together. I should not have to say it. It's already, because I ain't doing this with nobody else. You know how expensive and tired it would be for me to do it with other people? I'm not doing it with other people, especially as a man. Now, I can't speak for women, but the majority of the time, if we doing all this when it comes to like courting and stuff like that, the men are the ones who putting out like money and stuff like that. I'm not finna court a whole bunch of other women. Unlike women, you can fuck a whole bunch of other dudes and it's not gonna take nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if I'm doing all this boyfriend and girlfriend stuff and I just haven't said it, I don't get it.
I'm gonna put that on a post-it note, and we're gonna press play. We're gonna come back to that. Let's continue on what the fuck he said.
For a track, so not for me, for track. And the 3 months went great, and I was like, all right. And then 3 months later, we're dating, and I'm like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one.
And then how long after that until?
It took another year and a half. So that was, I knew she was the one in 2023 of January, but I didn't propose to her until 2024 in November.
Asking a girl to be your girlfriend, it's a long story. It doesn't
happen anymore. Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore.
I don't think I asked my girl. We just was around each other.
I'm not gonna hold you. Cam looked like in this interview he should be the one to get asked. I'm just gonna keep it moving on.
So are you really dating?
Let somebody tell it, man. Y'all ain't even together because y'all ain't met.
No. Are you really dating though?
What do you mean dating?
I mean, you tell me. Are you guys together? Are you guys exclusive? You didn't ask.
Yeah, but even in that realm of saying, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend, or I want you to be my boyfriend, like it was already understood shouldn't be.
Was it understood?
I think if you live with a person, like
you know what we're doing a lot of?
What?
Assuming.
And you know what to assume. Yeah, I'm familiar.
We're doing a lot of assuming. Of course, I'm sure you guys have worked it out now, but why even assume? Why give it up to an assumption, to a thought? Why not make it definitive? Why not let her know this is what I want?
I've said that numerous times.
And put a label on it.
And we'll keep. No, I've made it abundantly clear. I want to be with you. No, you're not going. No, smother me, cover me.
Now, hang on. Are you telling her what you want?
What is this nigga hash browns from Waffle House? Smother the cover. Okay, so here's the little piece that I'm gonna say. The little piece, right? It's very understandable to have a what's understood doesn't have to be explained situation, especially when you are kind of like you're going through the motions with the person. You're talking, you're setting shit up, you're going out on dates, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's kind of obvious that me and you fuck with each other because we are voluntarily spending time with each other. Like we're seeing each other. Like it's an obvious statement that this is what's going on between us. Like I don't do this shit for free just for other niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll keep a nigga like, on the block list if that's the case, right? But when it comes to just like what Noah said, do you really know though? It has it been said? Has it been explained? Like, can you say like this is my girl if you've never really said, yo, you my girl? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you've never had the exclusive conversation between another person, how can you say what you are and what you're not? Because if I go up to a person, let's just say, and me and you are dating, right? But we haven't had the convo, right? Let's just say I pull a funny and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm his wife, Candace, blah, blah. You gonna go, bitch, who? Esposa what? What wife? Anybody ask you to be my damn wife? What are you talking about? Right? Because that's an action. This is an action for you to ask me to be your wife. So for me to assume that we are almost in some marital partnership would be crazy of me to do so. Right? Hence why a lot of people get embarrassed when they introduce themselves or when they say, oh, me and so-and-so are like together or we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And they're like, when we say that, ain't nobody say that, but like to your point, we're doing the happy pappy smappy. You know what I'm saying? You over my house. We got the toothbrushes in each other's cribs. We got shoes over each other's houses. We spend every weekend together, sometimes 3 or 4 times during the weeknight. It's understood. Me and you, white on rice. But when it comes to like who I am to you, that's when we have a defense mechanism up of like, girlfriend, boyfriend. I wouldn't say all that. We cool, we kicking it. Like, and it's been seen and done a bunch of times. But we'll get back into it. I'm gonna let the little bit.
And making it sound good, or are you just plain out telling her?
Oh, see the old me? The finesse.
We're gonna be together.
Yeah, no, we locked in.
Okay.
No, we're locked in. But I'd be damned if somebody else tells me what I need to do to be locked in. That's not what's gonna happen. You know how you say like you're gonna tell me what?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is because.
But that's why it's an ask.
I didn't need no ask. I knew who I belonged to. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the ask for?
I don't know who it's for.
It's for her.
Is it though?
It's for her. I mean, it's for both of you, but it's also for her.
But who told us that?
Why would you let her have to assume
Okay, well,
that you guys are together.
you don't have to assume. If you're around a person for so long that you're doing life together, it's no, okay, I'm gonna see you when I see you, and hey, I see you on the weekends. It's like, no. Like, babe, hey, go give me a toothbrush. Matter of fact, don't worry about it. I'll use yours.
That's nasty as fuck. Anyway.
I'm gonna run a different way of
Talk to me
thinking.
nice. Here we go.
I'm gonna talk to you real nice, real nice, real nice. What if they don't think the same way you think? Or what if their thought process of what is exclusive is different from yours?
Which is a fair question.
So we're gonna stop there. And we can expand on that by ourselves. But yeah. So Duke, you telling me if you with a girl and y'all been kicking it for, let's just say, a smooth 2-3 months or whatever like that. And like you said, your situation, you coming over my crib, I'm coming over your crib, we spending time together, we whatever may have you. But and then she's like, and she asked the question, like, are we together? Like, are we in a relationship? What's your response?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Because I've been, I'm not using right.
Let me stop you for a second, because something you said, right? Me personally, I can't speak for every man. Me personally, right? You had said something to the lines of, oh, if somebody get introduced and you said, the girl was there, oh, I'm his wife. Me personally, I would never in the public dispute that. So when you was like, oh, I don't know who you talking about, we didn't, that's crazy. Because if you do that to me, we definitely not talking. Like, you can do that to me in the car, but you definitely not doing the whole, oh, I didn't know that, this is something new to me, out like that in public. That's just, that's number one. Number two, I see both sides of the fence. So this is not like, this is how I would do it. Mo said something in the comment, everybody is different. Like, every relationship is different, right? Some relationships, I've been in both types. I've been in relationships, I didn't have to say nothing. I didn't say nothing. We didn't say, hey, nothing. It was just, we knew it. We knew it. Especially when other people assume that y'all together, it's kind of like, it's just, we just knew it. But I also been in relationships where I had to say, hey, no, would you go with me? This will be my question to women, to all women. If this is so important, so important for this to happen, why don't you ask them?
I think, okay, so here's the thing. We all know the what are we question, right? We all know the what are we question. It seems that most of the time when it's posed towards men, that they get either irritated, aggravated, or just astonished at the question in itself, because it's like, why are you asking me what are we? Cool, we fine, we good, that's what we are. Like, more times than not, when asking the question or coming with the assumption that we're together, it's always a bad track on the female every single time. Like, it's always a bad track on them, you know? And for whatever reason that is, I don't know why, but for whatever reason that is, it is what it is. Like, what's a bad
like,
okay, so for example, like, I've been in an unfortunate amount of like situationships, talking, whatever may have you, where we're like, it's heavy, like we doing this like 2-3 months, like, you know, whatever. It's not because I'm like feeling it and I'm like, yeah, like we really fucking with each other, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not because of like, because of the, like you said, the energy you're giving me, the time you're putting in, the conversations we're having, the this and the that. I'm only going to feel what you're giving me. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to give it right back to you, right? So like what Noah said, if I'm going based off of that assumption, right? If I'm thinking if I think niggas think like Cam think, right? Which is in part kind of like what you said. If we doing this, what else are we besides together? You feel me? And so when I get to a point and I'm just like, yo, babe, whatever, like, oh, well, my man, da 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 da. I'm telling you, Duke, I hand to God, within a week's to 2 weeks time, shit starts switching the fuck up. I'm telling you, it does. Like, even if I don't say nothing to him exclusively, even if I'm like, oh yeah, well, like, will you be my boyfriend? Or like, what are we? Or like, we go together, right? If I'm just riding the wave and then I'm going with the assumption of how the ride is going because of how you're acting towards me, and then I start participating in that way, it's calls start getting slow, texts start become slower. You're not even doing no cute names no more. Cute names done fell out your vocabulary because now I've done hit my man on it or whatever may have you. Because what's understood doesn't have to be explained. Like, hello, you feel what I'm saying? And then somehow at some point we have the like right now, like mentally, I'm kind of like just trying to make sure I'm straight, blah 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 blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think like, you fantastic, you beautiful, you great, you blah, 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 blah. And somebody should deserve you. But I feel like I can't give that to you right now. Like, I don't have that in me right now. And blah, 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 blah. But everything was cool when it was just whatever. But as soon as I started putting some claim stake into it, that's when we get into trouble, right? So that's what I feel like happens most of the time is like, I don't know what it's like to ask a nigga to be my boyfriend. I ain't never did that. But most of the times when you go off of how they're treating you and then you play into that entertainment and now you put in claim stake into it, that's when shit gets a little twisted and switched around. So it's like, I guess I needed it to be explained to me because to me, it seemed like we was together. But on your end, we're really not. And like to Jazz's thing saying, like, they'll do relationship stuff claiming they're single. Like how you were saying, like, you don't have it to like, well, I don't know, you make account, I ain't gonna talk about. But I'm saying you just said you don't have it to like splurge on 2 to 3 bitches at a time. Like you don't have that to do it. It's just like you got Katrina, that's it. Period. Done. We're good. But there are men out there, men who don't even make the grandest amount of money. So I don't know how these niggas is doing it. But like they will have 2, 3 women at a time and will spending time, all that, laying up with them and everything, giving them, making them each feel like they the only single person. So then when you're not inquiring and then you're just assuming, you thinking you did. That's why a lot of women feel like embarrassing shit. Because like that, I truly honestly think women ask because they want a reason for if something should happen, that they could be like, you said that you were mine and I was yours. And then I found out you were doing something else. Like, I feel like asking for a relationship gives responsibility to both parties. To me. So if like you ask me to be your girlfriend, if I ask you to be a boyfriend, right? And we're saying we're monogamously, exclusively doing this together, right? We don't have an open relationship. We're not, TPing third party bitches and niggas and whatever may have you. It's given a responsibility to you and me in that relationship that we have to be faithful to each other, communicate with each other, be loyal to each other. Once you go outside of that ask, you've now done something to betray me and betray our relationship. But if we're not having that conversation, that contract was never set up. So therefore, if you do something that goes out of that relationship, out of that loyalty, out of that whatever, you can always hit me with but we're not together though. That's really what it is, bottom of it. I never want a nigga to hit me with like, we not together though. I don't know. Because that wasn't a communication. I don't understand why communication is so hard. Like if you're able to take your dick out quick and I'm able to whip this pussy out quick, it shouldn't be a problem for there to be a conversation about who we are to each other. I shouldn't have to walk around with just like a, oh, well, like, I know that's my man. Well, how you know? Well, because we do this. Did you talk about it? You know what I'm saying? I'm at work. I go to work every day. I clock in, I clock out. I'm doing my daily task. I'm getting more responsibilities put on me. All those responsibilities sound like I got promoted. Oh, yeah, I got promoted at my job. Oh, what did they give you? They give you an incentive letter? Did you just have to sign a contract? No, they just gave me more like daunting tasks and stuff like what a manager does. So they didn't say to you were a manager? They didn't tell you got a promotion? No. So how you know you got a promotion? You just got more work put on you. If I have to sign and look at every other certificate in the world to be promoted to something else, and I have to have a conversation with it to be something else, why, when it comes to me being in a relationship to get up level, do I not have to have a conversation?
Okay, so there was a lot.
I'm sorry. I was
No,
on the road.
no. It's good. It's good because I got a lot too. So on this little manager thing you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
We both kind of said at the beginning, if we're doing relationship things, right? We're doing all the, like you said, we got two brothers at each other's house.
Mm-hmm.
We got shoes at each other's house. We're going on dates. I'm cooking for you. You cook for me. You folded my laundry. I'm cutting your grass. Whatever the case may be. We just don't have the title, right? Once you get the title, what is added to what we already doing?
It's confirmation.
No, I didn't ask you about confirmation. I'm asking you what is added because you said you're doing all manager stuff, but you're not getting the manager pay. So what is added once I say we go together? What is added to what we're already doing?
Well, and I'm not backpedaling, but in that example, I was giving like the assumption of where I was in life without the conversation of where I was in life.
Okay, so my next thing is, right? Do you think it's possible that the same reason why a woman is scared to say something, a man could be scared to say something?
We're humans, yeah.
Okay. So I also asked you why you never said nothing. Your answer was to that was the question that you put out was, what are we? But you never said that people say, hey, would you be my boyfriend? Why is it that women don't ask to be somebody's girlfriend?
Well, I think that's just history. That I can't give you. I'm just saying that is literally, that's like, why do people find it taboo for a woman to ask? You know, they'll always pull out the Bible quote and all the other stuff. But like, I just think that's just based off of history. Like, you know, a man goes to the female's parents and say, hey, I would like to court your daughter. Can I court your daughter? And then they give the permission if they can court or not and see where it goes. And then they have to ask again for her hand in marriage and stuff like that. So I think because of just history, like, and it's not even about like, you know, white folks, like, you know, Africa, you know, you have dowries, you know, and a dowry, you got to show a dowry. You ain't even really asking permission. A dowry is like, they're like, how much money can you take care of her, us, and your family that you make with her when you get old? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show and prove that you're able to take care of that person. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just history. Like, I can't, and I think that's the one question that a lot of men will ask the question of like, well, why do you know, and I can't give that to you because if something's been done for 2,000, 3,000 years, centuries, A, B, C, A, D, and all that time in between. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's exceptions. I'm sure there's people who out there who did the pure opposite and asked their men and asked, you know, whatever, and it worked out for them. You know, there are some women out here who chase after the man they want. Like, you know, what's her Royal and what's that nigga? Anyway, Treese and Darren from when I was doing the Kinkazoid podcast. I can't remember their fake names. Like, they had been around each other, friends for a while, but the pursuer was Treese. Like, she went, like, she was like, Darren, like, we doing this, my nigga. Like, we, you know, she was the pursuant in that. So sometimes it works out in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. But I can't give you the answer why women feel like they can't just ask them.
So another thing is, I feel like I'm not talking about marriage. So marriage is a whole nother level. I ain't gonna say I disagree with a woman proposing. Where I want a woman to propose me, probably not. If she does, it's not gonna be a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be something like, oh hell no, why you doing that? No, if she does it in front of people, that's fine. I'm cool with it. But somewhere down the line, I'm gonna return the favor. That's just me or whatever. But for me personally, what happened to me was I had two situations where most people know I used to be married, right? And before I got married, I always tell people the marriage didn't work because of me. And the reason why I say that because I felt like our marriage was built on saying because I was hit with ultimatums so much to the point where like, oh, if I had a husband, I'd do this. And if I had a husband, I'd do that. And only my husband do this and only my husband do that. Well, once I became a husband, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing got better. Attitude got worse and all this, right? Now, understand this is not all women, but at the same time, it did do some type of damage to where now I'm hesitant now. I'm a little hesitant. I'm not really sure about this, right? So also I've been in relationships where we both thought that we wasn't ready. We both came into a situation like, hey, I'm just here, you know, I'm just here so I won't get fined type shit. I ain't looking for nothing, you ain't looking for nothing. But lo and behold, these phone conversations turn to I'm coming over for a little bit to I'm spending the night tonight to well, you don't gotta go home tonight, go home tomorrow. Or stay the weekend, or let's do this or let's do that. Next thing you know, you got a little Duke him. You know what I'm saying? So we was together 7 years with nobody never saying, hey, do we go together? Now we in Walmart and shit taking pictures and shit together. But it never was said. It was never, hey, would you go with me? It was never said. So I think, like I said, I'm on both sides of the fence, but I think with my issue is if it's that important to you, make me feel like I'm wanted to. Make me feel like you know I'm wanted also. Cause you like what you saying, I've heard of women waiting 6, 7, 8 months for somebody to say, would you go with me? He's probably hesitant for the same reason why you hesitant. So if you really want this nigga, you really love this nigga, say, hey nigga, would you go with me? And then you'll get your real answer. And then both of y'all can start wasting your time. But it could be a situation where people are really damaged from their past, from doing shit. Me personally, I can honestly say, I think some people, I feel like I said for myself a little bit. Some people feel like you could jinx certain things. Cause you know when you first get with somebody, you feel like they the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to jinx everybody that I've ever been with. Within the first month or so, I said to myself, they the one. I ain't never talking to another person again. And lo and behold, Duke single. So I just think it's a little unfair in a sense for that to be like solely put on the man about relationships. And I'm not talking about what are we doing? What are we? I'm talking about, hey, I like you a lot, and I want you. Would you be mine? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
That's to be true. And yes, Walmart pictures used to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy took me to, I think it was Sears, and I have a whole it's like a wood board. I have to show y'all. I don't think y'all ever seen it, but it's a wood board of multi pictures of me. That my father took. It's really cute. So and this is just from my personal experience, because that's all I can really come from in a situation like this. In my recent endeavors with a Negro, I was dating myself, and woo, I'm sorry for any nigga who I've ever dealt with. My apologies. I didn't realize I was that bad. But I did ask the question. Now, I didn't ask specifically, would you be my boyfriend? Right? Because I came into it with like, I'm chilling. Whether we do it or not, it is what it is. But I'm just here. You came with the same energy, or it was like, I'm just getting my shit together, da da da. And I don't blame people. And I don't like when people kind of like people put people down who don't want to be in a relationship, but they want companionship. Because like I know some people will say, like, well, if you don't got time or if you don't want it, like, don't be wasting my time. Don't try to talk to me. Don't try to whatever. And it's like, just because I know I don't have the mental capacity or emotional foundation to handle a relationship right now doesn't mean I don't want to be lonely. Like, it doesn't mean I don't want to like communicate with a person or like just to have a hey, how you do, you know? So, but even in that realm, like sometimes it can change. Sometimes you could go into something thinking it's one thing, and then you start feeling that thing. You're like, hold up, I ain't want this, but this is it's feeling good, you know? And after like maybe 2 months, 2 going into 3, maybe a full 3 months, I had asked the question, like, you know, because it had been said a couple of times, like he had said it, like, oh, I stopped talking to these other girls for you. And I was like, oh, now, because the nigga had been lying, who knows? But like, you know, I was like, oh, okay. So like that was a note there. Like, if I start talking to bitches for you, bitch, like I'm like, all right, cool. So I didn't really communicate with other niggas like that, like, you know. So I'm like, all right, bet. Hey Shay. And then with certain conversations, it started getting a little pressure of like almost like the niggas couldn't believe that I wasn't talking to other niggas. I don't know. So I kind of asked the question, do you want to be exclusive? Now, to other people that's just saying like, do you want to be boyfriend or girlfriend? To other people that's saying, do you want to date exclusively, or like, do you want to be monogamous in this game that we playing here, right? But I had to ask the question, right? And the first time it was met with, I don't know, you know, I haven't really thought about it, blah, 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 blah. Concerns arose again. I asked the second time, I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to make you something, da, 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 da. And I'm like, if it makes you comfortable, then, you know. And then the third time I asked, it was like, I thought we were already doing that. Nigga, no, because the first time I asked, you was confuddled. The second time I asked you was confused, behaved. You didn't know like exactly what you wanted to do. So like I'm asking you for the third time because for whatever reason you think I'm Halle Berry, you think niggas is on my dick, and so I want to make sure that you know that with certainty in your heart that I'm here for you. Like I would like this to be just a us in a nice little, you know, ranch full house commode. I don't want to be off the streets. And when you hit me with like, I thought we were already doing that. When was the confirmation that we were already doing that? Have I already asked you? You know what I'm saying? If I had already brought it up to you, type shit. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes it comes with difficulty. I still feel like sometimes it's not really a straight shot answer that you can get out of some people. I think men and women. I don't know. I've personally just never had the desire to ask a dude where we are. And I think that because in aspects of it all, I've been the man in any form of relationships that I've been in.
So my question would be, I'm sorry cutting you off. So my question would be, if they would have asked you, would you say yes?
Huh?
If they would have asked you, would you say yes?
This recent nigga that I was chatting with?
No, I'm just saying, you say you never had the desire to ask a nigga. So my question would be, if they would have asked you, would you have said yes?
Yes.
Why? If you didn't have the desire?
If I didn't have the desire to ask them?
Yeah. You look like you confused
I
about
have
what
to I have to compute that in my brain for a little 5 seconds.
So,
So, you're
if
saying-
you,
so, okay, so I'm in this whatever with this thing. Ooh, I just popped my head. Mm-mm. So I'm in this thing with a person or whatever. I'm fucking with them, they fucking with me. Like, you know, I like them, they like me, yada yada yada. I'm feeling like this is relationship worthy. You know, I want a relationship out this because I like it. But I don't want to ask him to be my man. I don't want to ask him to be my boyfriend. I would want him to ask me to be his girlfriend. That doesn't mean just because I don't want to ask him doesn't mean I don't want the relationship. I just would want him to step up to like be the person to initiate. That's all it is just initiate. Me and you had this even conversation about like sex and stuff. Like I don't like I like a man to initiate stuff. Now, if me and you have had like a couple of rounds, like as in like we've done this, we linked a couple of times, whatever, like that, like we whatever. Like, yeah, I can initiate. I can initiate. It's not gonna be like you have to initiate every single time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like for most instances, I'm like a cuddle up, want to be under your wing type bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm real like physical. So like I'm always going to want to kiss on you. I'm always going to want to like pull you in for a hug. I'm always going to do that. But for me, and this is a for me Candace thing, I'm always wanting to do that. So when you do that action, it makes me feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? It makes me, like you said, make me feel wanted. I want to feel wanted. So I'm always going to do that for my nigga because I just like doing it. But if I'm always doing it, right, I'm technically not giving you the chance to do it. So then I'm unfortunately subconsciously fucking myself over because I'm like, he never want to pull me in for a hug. He never pull me in for a kiss. He never want to initiate sex because my overly horny, freaked out ass is always starting it, right? So that's why typically when I'm dealing with a dude, I don't initiate nothing because I know I'm always gonna do it. I just want him, you know. But after a while, after I get comfortable with you, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear, but like I would want the initiate to do it. Like I said, I've mostly in dealings of men that I've been with have always been the man. So if I'm
what you mean by being the man?
So like financially, one, that's just to scratch that off. Two, just in like handling conversation. Like I feel like I be courting niggas. Like, and that's like I'm like if it's annoying, like, so you know how like, all right, let's just say it's like off some dating app shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just like you match. Typically, I'm not getting a message first. Now, I'm not saying that as soon as I match, I'm like, hey, and that's the reason why I'm not getting a message first. I'll let like a day or two go by. I don't hear nothing. I'm like, okay, you know what? They probably didn't get the notification on their phone. You know what? I'll give them that. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, Candace, blah, blah, blah. It goes, you know, back and forth. But I'm always having to initiate the conversation every single time. Like every day, I have to initiate the conversation. It get 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, what's going on? Oh, hey, yeah, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Sometimes I do get the, you know, the good morning, how you doing, you know, whatever. But at some point it stops. So I have to like keep the conversation going, keep it bringing. Like I'm chasing you for a conversation, right? And then especially if it like gets to a phone call matter, if we like talk on the phone, or even if we get to personal texting, it's like something happens where now I'm like chasing to have a conversation with you, just to have a conversation. And like, that's fucking annoying. Like, I don't want to like have to chase after you to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's just fucking annoying. And there's other aspects I'm not going to go into, but there's other stuff that like gets like, yeah. So if like I could have one thing, personally me, if I can have one thing that a man can do, initiate. That's it. Just start it. That's it. Ain't even asking for much. Ain't even asking for much. That's all.
I get it. I get it.
You don't.
No. I definitely get it. But again, you and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just telling you what it sounded like to me. You just said some stuff that made it seem like being a man is stupid.
I think I've told you this too. And I recently just had a conversation with like two of my guy friends. I could never be a man.
So with
I
that
could
being
never be a
said,
man.
with that
I've
being
said
said,
that.
where's
I've
the
said that. I've said that plenty of times. I could never
that's
be a
what
man
I'm
because
saying.
y'all are raised. Y'all are raised with the thought process. Okay, I'm listen. I agree with you on certain fronts, but I don't agree with you on everything. Because you guys are raised with the thought process that 50% of your life you'll never get what you want. 50% of your everyday choices you will never. I mean, that's everybody, but more specifically in this case, when we're talking about relationships, you're not gonna get what you want. You know what I'm saying? You could be the baddest nigga in town, and you could walk up on a bitch, and she'd be like, "No, thank you, I'm good." You know, like you could go out and you could get 4 or 5 rejections in a night, and guess what? You just go, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna go home and get some good night rest." You feel what I'm saying? The first rejection automatically is my 13th reason why. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you learn, you adapt to learning what rejection feels like. You feel what I'm saying? So like I couldn't personally couldn't handle something like that. And I think for me, that's another reason why I couldn't go out of my way to like ask a guy something because of that fear of rejection. That's something that you can handle that I couldn't because I'm just saying because you've been raised with it, you could handle it probably a little bit better than what I could. But then again, I don't know because a lot of niggas out here get broken up by their girlfriends and they kill them. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, same thing with women. They be driving over niggas too. Like it's sometimes some people can't do it. I didn't reject you. Hi, Prince. How are you? A woman can look at her list of expectations of a man and say to herself, I could never be a man, and that speaks volumes to me. Yeah, but here's the thing. I never look at a dude and be like, I need you to do all these things in the entire world, and if you don't do them for me, then I'm good. Because I would be like an overly prissy bitch. No. When I tell y'all my standards is so low, it's disgusting. I have been told by some of my male friends, like, I want you to want better for yourself because, like, what you deal with niggas is crazy. And I think some people forget that, like, every time we deal with a person that didn't do the most for us, but they were like, okay, in this department, whatever, we just to be able to get something. You know what I'm saying? So like some men have this concept like we want a nigga who we can at minimum $200,000. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt. It would be nice for somebody to make some money. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going out of my way to try to make some money, I would want you to try to make some money. Now I'm not asking you to have $200,000 off outright, you know, automatically, but I would want you to be active in something. You know, I would want you to strive to try to get better, to do something, you know, like I would, for me, I have dealt with this. I would rather a dude be out there in the field making $18, $17, $16 an hour, but my nigga still putting in time to get courses to try to get a certificate to get better, to have a different type of job or a different activity or different whatever may have you. I've never put down a blue collar worker. That's all I talk to. Because they keep working to like want to be better in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not comfortable. And once you get comfortable, that's when shit can kind of like unfold. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have no problem. But, you know, you talk to some of these red pill ass niggas and these red pill ass bitches too. Like, oh, you got to be making this much money and blah, 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 blah. At this point in time, all I want out of a man is respect and respect and conversation. If I can get that, whoa, then hit the jackpot.
I know for me, I'm gonna get a little personal for a second. For me, I've found out that
Ooh, Mo, I like that. I'm sorry. I like that.
Uh,
Might have clocked my tea on that one. Go ahead.
I found out this for me. This is a personal thing for me. You had just said that a man could go out and get rejected so many times or whatever. I have reached a point where my failure and my rejection have reached a limit to the point where I just don't care no more. I'm to the point where I'm starting to believe that love could be a folk tale that people just don't want to unlearn. So with me, with that being said, I don't see myself put myself or another woman in the position to even think that we have something. Now, if you feel like you can lay in the bed with me and not have no feelings, you can try. Even I can try. But I know one thing, ain't nothing gonna come out of it. So if you feel like something's gonna come out of it, then don't look my way because I have been rejected and I have been put down too many times.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, a woman would never have to worry about what all we would do. That won't happen.
Love is a folklore that we can't reject. That's depressing as hell, but that's a good word. I like that. I do like
Because
that.
to be honest with you, I think the older we get, the older we get, right? So let's say, for instance, let's say sports, right? Let's talk about sports, right? So you have a person who plays basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every team you get on, right, you have a coach that would tell you that you're doing something wrong, something different that you're doing wrong. The first coach said, hey, when you went to go shoot, your left leg was in the wrong spot. Your next coach say that you didn't make that team. The next coach say, hey, when you shoot, your elbow is not at the right angle. You get off that team. You go to the next one. Hey, your shoulders ain't squared enough. You don't make that team. Then you get on another team where the coach said, hey, your dribbling is not the best. Well, we're going to hold you here for a second. But soon as somebody else comes, we're going to let you go. At some point, you're going to want to start playing basketball. So even filling out the application to even try out for a team is going to be unlikely. Unless somebody say, hey, man, you want to play basketball? And then you like, I'll try it. But if I have to put the effort in to get on this team and not being asked to be put on the team, then most likely me trying to sign up for this team ain't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I also think like age and experience come from that too. Come from the whole thing of waiting or whatever the case may be. So yeah. Moral story is, if you like a nigga, just say that. If y'all like each other, just say y'all like each other. Just say it.
So here's the one thing that happened when I was in college, right? This shit like fucking pissed me off. So if y'all don't know, I'm an eater professionally, right? And so like one of my homeboys I had recently, like I got dumped by my boyfriend in college, whatever. And one of my friends, and that's another thing. I think it's because obviously you're in college, you're young, you know, whatever may have you. But sometimes, like, yeah, you may not realize what you like or what you're attracted to, but I feel like you know, but you just don't want to say anything because I feel like you might get embarrassed or something like that. I don't know. But regardless of the facts, like, you know, you sitting down, you talk with your friends, you be like, oh, yeah, when I was doing, you know, especially young, yeah, I'd be doing this in the bedroom, this what I do in the bedroom, da 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 da. So one of my old boys, he, you know, heard the stories between me and my boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. So when he heard that we had broke up, you know, he waited his respectful time before trying to see what it is. And like he had put in work for a little bit. Like he was chasing. So I was just like, I don't know. One day he came to my room. He's like, nigga, you eating now or what? Because we not fit to keep going back and fucking forth with this shit at this point. So I'm like, all right, friend, let's eat, right? Cool. Did it. He was like, wow, best ever, top 1 rated ever, right? Draft number 1 pick. So that was a thing, right? We would hang out, play GTA together, do whatever. But in the midst of this, I'm telling him like, yo, my ex coming back around town. My ex coming back. I'm so excited, right? Ex from high school, like so excited. And I'm talking to him, having conversations about this, whatever. Move forward, we get into the next semester, which is like a new school year, right? Because that was like fall semester. So now that was a spring semester. So now we entering into fall semester. Exes came back. I'm happy and gleeful and joyful, whatever. So I go back to school. Homie sees me. He's just like, what's up with the eating? Da, 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 da. I'm like, I mean, I guess, but like, I don't really fuck with niggas at the same time. Like, I don't fuck, with 2 niggas at the same time. That's just not my C's. So I said, you know what? I'm not getting in a relationship with this ex, right? I'm hoping. That was a hope. That was a very big hope. But I said I'll give a chance. So I went out of my way. Okay. I didn't want to ask the question because I'm like, no niggas like me. We had a contract. You said you cool with me. I'm cool with you. Blah, blah, blah. So I go out of my way. And I asked him, like, yo, do you like me more than a friend? Yes or no? I ain't never really thought about it. Say less. I gave you the opportunity. So I closed it off. All right, cool. I'm just fucking with my ex now. For the next 3.5 years, I don't want to say chase like niggas chasing me in the streets, but like nonstop long ass paragraphs. Like, I mean, continuous asking, like, why can't we hang out? Why can't I see you? Why can't we do stuff together? If you're not in a relationship with them, why can't we just do stuff? Da, 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 blah, blah. And it's like, I had asked you. Now, I don't know if the upset is because I'm not your eater no more, or because you found out some way, somehow that you actually like me. Like, you didn't realize you liked me. And now because we've hung out, we've chilled, we've done little, dates here and there, stuff like that. And you're like, oh shit, I do like Candace. Now you're like, fuck, I don't want to lose that. When you have the chance, and now you're like badgering me for fucking 3.5 fucking years doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I don't get. Like, if you know you like a person, like you said, if you know you like a person, just fucking say it. Like, but don't let the time pass and then now you're on my ass. I mean, I understand it. I'm very territorial person myself, but like, now you're on my ass because I'm not giving what I was giving to you before, because you just couldn't just be like, even if the person said, I never thought about it before, but now that you bring it up, yeah. But even if he brought it up, and I understand we were in college, so it's not like your D was leading your feelings, not your heart. So I definitely understand. But even if it was like you came to approach me like, I didn't realize how much I liked you until like you said it, and then now that we've cut each other off, I do like you. I would like to explore something with you. Are you open to that? And then going forward with that. All right, cool. But you didn't even do that. You just like eater, pumpkin eater. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, sometimes young niggas is just stupid because all you have to do is make a bitch feel comfortable, right? And this is just a manipulative mindset that I have. If I make you feel comfortable enough, them draws is coming off regardless of the fact. All I have to do is give you comfort. Comfort and understanding, they'll drop. Pretty easy. If you're being on a bitch, she's not going to do it. I don't understand. But, that was just me. But so there was times in life I have, I might have not said exactly, like you said. But it's just, every time it just never worked out. So I was like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just not going to do it no more because I'm tired.
But you never said it, though.
You're right.
I'm just saying, because what you sound like you're saying is you understand that I like you. So now I need you to ask me. So what's understood don't have to be explained. You just say you didn't.
No, I asked him, do you like me more than a friend or not?
You didn't ask him to be your boyfriend.
We weren't even in terms of him being my boyfriend. That's why I asked him, do you like me more than a friend or not?
What you mean y'all wouldn't be in terms of him being your boyfriend?
Nigga, I just told you I was just boinking.
So why would you ask him Do you like me more than the?
Because he started showing stuff that he hadn't shown before. And I was asking, and I think it was honestly just like Prince said, territorial, because he seen I was with another nigga. He seen I wasn't as attentive to it because I was with another nigga. That I was spending time with another nigga. That I was doing something with another nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so he had started acting different towards me. Not different negative, but like he started ODing, like doing way more than he would ever do. Like as soon as I get in his presence, this nigga's trying to like rip code, like trying to get on me and stuff like that. I'm like, gee, you would never.
Oh, you didn't like him?
Yeah, I liked him, but like, I liked him as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then liked him enough to like do something with him. But to me, because of how I started off my sexual adulthood, right? Because even with me losing my virginity, I was very much like, I understand we're not dating. I understand we're not in a relationship. I understand this is nothing going on between me and you. You just think I'm attractive and find me sexually appealing. I think you're attractive. We find each other sexually appealing. We can do that. And we cool. Feelings would develop probably way later on, but I would never develop feelings first. A guy would always develop feelings for me beforehand because I had it in my mind, this is what we're doing. My brain would never allow me to start feeling shit. So once I started seeing him act weird, and my friends started noticing he was acting weird, that's why I was like, let me ask, because I don't think it's to be true. You're just being a horny bastard, but I don't think it should be true. Let me ask you. And so when he was like, I never thought about it. Oh, okay, cool. All right, my nigga. I'm gonna see you later. And so then when you come weeks later talking about some, dang, I miss you. I really want to blah, 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 blah. I never thought about it before. Yada, yada, yada. I do like you. Some. I'm like, you kind of lost your spot, G. Like, I mean, like, if you had said it like beforehand, then that'd have been different. I would have had like some consideration, but I already had cut him off in my brain immediately. So yeah.
Okay, my last thing. Mm-hmm. So when you asked him, and just a question, and I'm not trying to, I'm not, when you asked him, right? So your brain, y'all was one way. You assumed that in his brain, y'all was another way. Asking you this question, when you asked him, do you think it's a possibility of his delayed reaction because you asked him, he said, well, shit, do she like me? Because if you didn't like me, why would you ask me this question? Now, I understand why you said why you asked me that question. But if a woman comes up to me and says, hey, are you feeling me a little bit more than you say you is? Because if you are, then you have to explain to him what, because if you are this, that, and the third. But when you cut it off, you gave him time to think, like, you know what? Shit, I think I do like her. And she probably liked me too. But when he got the information that you weren't checking from here no more, that's when he like, dang, I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. Because after you asked him that question, he probably thought you liked him too. I know that's how I would have thought. Because if you don't like me, there's no reason for you to ask me these questions.
I asked him to verify the contract was still in good, or are we in the null and void?
No, I get that. I'm telling you, I get your side. But what I'm saying is, when you ask, most time when you ask somebody a relationship type of question, it will come off as like the whole "what are we doing" thing, right? It would sound like you like me and you want me to be with you, but you just want me to ask. So after he thought about it, he was ready to ask. But you didn't give him the chance to ask because you already
there was no asking involved. So like to get a time, that's a good pop. To get what you call it, a little. He never. Okay, how do I say this? There was no benefit of me fucking with him, right? There was no benefit because the same situation that I was with my ex is the same situation I was going to be with him. Because I asked him, I was like, are you wanting a relationship? Because like at this point, the berating has been going on for so long. Do you want a relationship with me? No, I just wanted like how we were. Like we would kick it, we would do this, we would hang out, and then we would mess with each other. It was nice. So you don't want anything higher than what the fuck I already got going on right now. I mean, no. So then why would I? What? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. There's no benefits to me fucking with you. In the long run, looking back on it, it probably would have been better for me mentally because I wouldn't have had to deal with what I was dealing with my ex. But like, you're not giving me anything that's making me go, oh yeah, I need to go to you. You're literally not giving anything to me. So why am I going to leave one person who I know very well, I've known for 825 different years and all this other stuff, and we cool and we blah, blah, blah. And I loves me, love him, like all this other stuff for a person who, excuse me, for a person, for
She's
a person,
rude.
Huh? What'd you say?
She's rude.
It's my brother.
Who?
Hold on. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Hold on a second.
More of the story, people. Love those who love you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I've been seeing it from both sides. I understand both sides. But if you a person that's been through something and somebody else has been through something, give each other grace. That's it. Just give each other grace. Because like I said, I've been in situations where I took the leap of faith and nigga swapped me down like the Tombo. You know what I'm saying? And there's other times where I didn't take the leap of faith and it turned into something all right. You know what I'm saying? But I think we get to the ways of the world where tradition is going to slowly kill us because the world is changing. Everything is changing except for one aspect of things. And I feel like that we have to change with the times. Like I've never heard men say some of the things I hear men say about women. I've never heard women say the things I hear about men. So I mean, it's changing some type of way. So you can't have modern day attitude with a traditional outcome or a traditional way of doing things. It just don't work out that way. It don't work out that way at all. In my
Okay. Any which way, yes. My wrap up was: if you're not going to give me anything more beneficial than what I have right now, why would I fuck with you? For 3% less of a headache, and that's really what the scope of it was. So yeah,
type shit.
You talking shit, Mo? I feel like. What did you say? What did you say for him to say that?
No, that's what I said. That's kind of what I said.
What did you say?
What I say was you can't have like you can't have a modern day mindset but want traditional outcome. And this is not like directly towards anybody because I also said that I've never heard men talk about women the way they're doing now, and I never heard women talk about men. I think the times are changing. Unfortunately, the times are changing. So the way the times are changing, people want certain aspects to stay the same, but they also want things to change. So if you want to go by traditional type of way, I feel like everybody has to be traditional.
Yes, I've never heard men talk about traditional women as much as I've heard in the past 2 to 3 years. That is a fact. I've never heard men talk this much actually, which I appreciate but I want it to be sound of mind. Like I want it to be an actual cohesive. It's not just because I disagree with what they're saying, but I want it to be a desire thing. Like, what do you desire? I feel like bitches talk about what they want and desire all the fucking time. I would love to hear truly and honestly, like amongst men, what do they truly desire out of life, out of like their legacy, out of they want in their partner? What do they want out of their kids? Like to truly like have that, not come from an ignorant standpoint or like I'm the macho alpha man. Like no, like let's be real about feelings instead of feeling like I can't be soft and vulnerable. Like let's, you know, really
most time we don't know. Most time we won't be able to give you the answer.
Where do you think that roots from?
Because it was never installed to us to worry about us.
You always just protect to provide everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Like why I always tell about my parents, I used to watch my dad come home, and when they had paper checks, hand over his check to my mom. He never said, "Hey, I would love to get this. Hey, I would love to get this. I would love to get this." It was never that. It was always, "Here's my check. Do what you're supposed to do with it, or do what you need to do with it, and I'll figure it out later." So therefore, desires was never really a thing for us because a lot of times we weren't able to get or even think about what we wanted. We thought about other stuff first.
See, like me growing up, like my mother wasn't like my mother and my father both served each other, right? Obviously, my mother was served my father more, but like, and when I say that, it's like I didn't grow up in like a traditional household where my mother was a stay-at-home mom and she had to take care. Like my mom worked a full time. My mom was a director at one of Boston's #1 hospitals, right? And so she worked her whatever 8 to 5, whatever time frame she had to go, you know, be at work. My father worked evening overnights at like the MBTA, which is the, you know, the bus train transit that we have here. And so when you have two parents working off schedules, you know, one can benefit more things in the morning time, others can benefit things in the nighttime. But my father was always the one taking us to doctor's appointments, taking us here, taking us there. He was cooking for us like a lot of the time. My mom cooked, obviously, but my father cooked a lot of the times too and everything. So it was like a very 50-50 contributing household. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not like one of those situations where when the wife becomes a widow, she's like, it's like in some form her life still exists because she's used to doing all these things, right? It's just she doesn't have a partner now to do that. Like my mother literally lost like half of herself because it was a 50-50, you know, contributing factor. So like, I think it's also based off of like how you're, you know, raised too. So like I've talked to guys before and I was like, I mean, I don't have no problem mowing the lawn. I have no problem doing this. I'm like, nigga, you ain't doing this. Because I'm like, I was raised in a 50-50 contributing factor. Now, my mother would never like touch the lawnmower or whatever, but it wasn't like she wouldn't. It wasn't like she wouldn't, you know, whack the weeds or do these things or whatever may have you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I've never was raised in like the man only and the woman only. Obviously, some things are understood, garbage, shoveling. But if it had to be done, it had to, like, even my sister would be outside to help shoveling. So it's like, I never grew up in that, you know, and I had brothers. I still mow the lawn. I still raked. I still shoveled. So I've never had like the traditional woman raising. I'm supposed to contribute to my household, period, no matter how it goes. So I think that's like where a fault would come into, like you're saying, like your father was just like, here, do what you want. And then she took care of the house and stuff like that. But you're saying like he never had any like well, what do you want to do, Dad? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to blah, 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 blah. Whereas like that, I didn't, you know. So I don't know. It might just be.
The only thing my dad was control of was the meal. She called my dad, hey, what you want for dinner?
You want to eat? Yeah.
Well, baby, this is what I want. But like far as like,
did he get the big chicken?
Oh yeah. And she put it in aluminum foil, she put it in the oven. Put it on oven on warm. She kept that thing on warm.
Keep that warm.
And she put it on warm. But
yeah, I think but it's true. You can't have an overly modern mindset when it comes to traditional things. It's either, you know, obviously there's things that can be twanged, but you can't like, I'm independent, I can do what I want, blah blah blah. I don't need nobody for nothing. But then like, why don't you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me? It's like, which one do you want?
Mm-hmm.
You getting sweepies. I'm tired. That baby tired.
Tired.
Let me hang up so my man can go to sleep. All right, y'all. This is Vote with Chaise or Duke, however you say it. You can find me on Instagram, Candy Taste Sweet, TikTok, C.Hayes, INC. And yeah, go ahead, Duke.
Hey man, this your boy Duke, your favorite fat person. Catch me every Sunday and Tuesday on the Popcorn UV podcast. We're 150 podcast. If you care to want to add to 5, don't worry about it. Math is right. Also, sometimes, but not all the time, you catch me on Wednesday on Shay Podcast. There ain't no book to this shit. Also, you catch me here every Thursday with my main gal in the world. Don't call her beautiful because she's gorgeous, Missy Hayes. Also on TikTok at Men Duke and on Twitter Duke for show.
Yeah. All right. We going to sweep. I'm not. You know I'm gonna be on TikTok. C.Hayes INC. Oh no, actually I live stream Candy Taste Sweet. CandyTaste SWEET because your man told me I do. Yeah. I'm gonna be on live, y'all. Anyways, have a good night.